I'm a state representative, Roberto Bobby Gonzalez, and this is my district. And I've been serving for 24 years, and I was the superintendent here in Taos, and I retired from the schools of being 30 years, so I'm very close to the district. I understand the district, and from there we can just go on some of the questions that you have.
Yes, indeed. So what do you do here on the committee? What kind of decisions, input? What do you do?
Okay. First of all, the legislature is composed of approximately about 21 interim committees, and this is one committee that I served for about 16 years. And then I also served as the vice chairman for this committee. And as it was mentioned from some of your other individuals that you interviewed, is it always brings the enhancement of new ideas, what's happening, communication, but at the same time anymore just seeing globally and seeing internationally what's happening with education, and it's always very good to have that kind of refresher type of skills to everyone, with the decisions that we make.
So earlier I heard you talking about test taking, and then a couple of other people have mentioned improving our learning skills. But doesn't that fall under the individualized education program? And what is your opinion on that, on the IEP?
Well, I'm a firm believer, and I've always been, that individualized instruction is a very strong mechanism and probably one of the best, because we all learn different, and we're always, it's a continuous that you're always learning. But, she learns different from the way you learn, and he does the same. And that is why it's so important to understand individualized instruction. But having the prescription for individualized instruction is what is very important. So with understanding that scope and sequence, of the content, with the subject matter that you're learning is very, very important.
And bringing that to my next question, you recently initiated a field of study program into the high school, and yet a lot of the arts aren't included in those programs of study. So what are your opinions on how arts should be improved in schools, or if they should be?
If I heard you correctly, they are included or they're not included?
They're not included in the field of study.
Well, first of all, I would say that's a big mistake. They should be. Fine arts is, it's one of the most skills, plus one of the ways that, different students react, different students learn to the enhancement of art and music, so it should be. And if that is, that it's not, one of the suggestions that I would make, if you want to give me something in writing, that coming from Taos High School or from your group, that we can make some changes to that, because they should include that.
And what are your thoughts on the media literacy program? Do you think it should be mandatory?
Well, media literacy has started from way back, and actually with New Mexico, the Albuquerque Academy was one of the very first ones, and I'm going back like 15, maybe even more years back. And media literacy, Taos was one of the 3 schools that were in pilot at that time. But it's very important because the effects of media, has an effect on everyone. What is being presented, what is being shown, on that observation, imitation, repetition. If you see it over and over, it does have an impact. So there is good media literacy, and then there is in the middle, and then there is bad media literacy. And of course we want to focus on the good media literacy.
Yes.